Good morning, America. This is Scott in the Shot live. Scott Shot and Scott the Great. We've been watching these Democrats freak out over this election. I mean, they're still freaking out. And what the crazy part about it is, they're just a bunch of liars, a bunch of perverts, a bunch of liars. You know, they're all worried about these picks that Donald Trump has got, for his cabinet. Okay, let's talk about John Brennan. He lied under oath twice. You got Mayorkas. He lied under oath. Mayorkas, he lied under oath about the border. Saying it was secure when it's not. You got Anthony Blinken, the architect of the 51 intel agents said that the Biden laptop was the Hunter laptop was Russian misinformation. Well, that was a lie. I mean, so they're freaking out about all these cabinet picks, man. But they're just a bunch of liars. I mean, and you know what I hate about the Democratic Party is they class us all as educated or uneducated. What does that even mean? I have a 12th grade education, but that doesn't mean I have to be a rocket scientist to figure out when people are lying on TV, when they're lying about every situation that's going on in this country. I mean, of course, there's people that are educated. That's like a doctor or something like that, or an engineer. But these people, just because you're book smart at one thing doesn't mean that we're stupid and can't see what's going on around the world. They act like we have to have a 4-year, 6-year, 8-year college degree in order to figure out that we're being fucked. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not that hard to figure out you're being fucked. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so yeah, all this talk about uneducated voters and educated voters. I mean, I have a 12th grade education. I graduated high school, but I'm as smart as a whip when it comes to what's going on in the world. I watch enough news. I watch enough documentaries. I see what's going on. I mean, it's not rocket science. Like I always say that it's not rocket science. Life is pretty simple to figure out, people. I mean, but they think we're ignorant. They think we're ignorant. And instead of calling us ignorant, they call us uneducated. Uneducated. Now I know a lot of people that in my life that had college degrees that I thought were just as dumb as a rock. They may not be able to comprehend a book when they read it and retain the information that they read, but that doesn't mean that they're smart on every aspect of life. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so I hope you people don't take that don't take that too harshly. I mean, about them calling us uneducated, because I see a bunch of educated people on the Democratic Party that are very uneducated when it comes to the pulse of the feeling that Americans are feeling in this country about the demise of our country. That's why they got elected out so decisively, is because we're tired of seeing it. It doesn't mean that we're uneducated. It means that we're smart and we get it. Not all smart people go to kids or young adults go to college. I mean, they don't go to college. Doesn't mean let me start over. Not all smart kids go get a higher education. There's a lot of kids that are actually quite smart. They go into the crafts. They go into the unions, and they learn trades, and they figure out life that way. I mean, personally, for me, I became a carpenter, and I've had a lot of other jobs, but I mean, my main job was a carpenter. That was my way of not going to college to try to make the same amount of money that people from college make, and that's very easy to do. Carpenters nowadays, if you're a journeyman carpenter, if you're in the union, you're making good money. You're making really good money. I'd like to see. I mean, up there with a lot of educated people. You know what I'm saying? So don't take too much. Don't take that to heart, people. These Democrats are liars. They want you to think that you're stupid and you don't get it, but you do get it. It's not that hard to figure that out. It's really not that hard to figure out what's right and what's wrong. It's like transgenderism. It's wrong. They're mental. It goes from the transgender to pronouns to what's next. I mean, what's next with these people? They're so weird. But my hat's off to Donald Trump. I think he's a great man. I think his cabinet picks are all worthy of the challenge that our country faces as a whole. And we need to get these problems figured out quickly, as quickly as we can. The Democrats, all you're ever going to get is a bunch of divisiveness. When you call people uneducated, that's like almost, to me, you call me, forgive my language, you can call me a cocksucker or whatever you want. And I'll get mad about that. But when you call me stupid, because I don't agree with your weird stance on weird shit that's affecting this nation as a whole, that really offends me. That makes me want to take out the baby powder on both hands and smack you in your fucking mouth. I mean, stop it with the name calling. Donald, I'm gonna say what Obama said. Elections have consequences. Every one of his picks better be put into office. I mean, I don't want to see all this crazy shit going on in our government. When are these people going to realize that they lost an election? You lost it big time, big time. Suck it up. Take it like a man or a woman. I mean, take it to heart and move on. Try to figure out why you lost instead of trying to act like, instead of still calling us names. I don't like being called uneducated. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I didn't have to go get a higher education or to find my way through life in a comfortable manner. You know what I'm saying? It's all about hard work, people. No matter what you do in life, if you work hard, you should be successful. If you work hard and stay off the hard drugs and moderate your partying and raise your children properly, I mean, you will be successful. And there's a lot of different measurements for success. It's not just on how much money you make, it's how you raise your children. It's how solid your family is as a family union. As a family union. I mean, there's a lot of ways to measure success. But if you only measure success by the grade that you completed in college, or I mean, or the degrees that you have in schooling, then you're greatly mistaken, and you're greatly not seeing the whole picture. I mean, there's a lot of smart people out there. Some of the smartest people I've ever met are carpenters and tradesmen that never went to college. I mean, they are the smartest of the lot. I shit you not. I mean, both my fathers are master carpenters. I mean, a master welder. One of my fathers, master welder, master pipe fitter. I mean, he's just a master of everything. I mean, they're geniuses. I mean, they're geniuses. A lot of musicians, they're geniuses. I mean, they're smart people. They get it. So I mean, but just regular people are smart also. We see what's going on around us, and and just because you're not educated doesn't mean you don't have the right to stand up and say that this is right, this isn't right, without somebody sitting there going, "Oh, you're stupid." That's basically what they're saying. You're stupid. Go back in your stupid little home because you're ignorant because you don't have a 4-year degree in fucking basket weaving. That's all they're teaching in school now. I mean, in college. Come on. When you go to spring break, your kids don't even know who the fuck Abraham Lincoln is or who we fought in the Civil War. I mean, who are ourselves? I mean, they don't know nothing. They don't know nothing. They're ignorant. They're just as ignorant as they were in school. How they got that? How they even got accepted into these colleges beyond me. When you can't even state who we fought in these wars. I mean, don't know nothing about American history because they don't want you to know about American history. They don't want you to know about American greatness. I mean, that's what's up. So I mean, it's fun watching these Democrats melt, but at the same time, I'm tired of hearing their divisive rhetoric when what they're fighting for is wrong. Fighting for transgenderism. Somebody when you go and put in an application at a job, you put you're a male or a female, not no pronoun, not no binary. I mean, what? I mean, I'm tired of hearing about all this crazy shit. I mean, so is everybody else. We're all tired of it. 3/4 of the country tired of it. We are tired of hearing you Democrats with your whiny little crap. Grow the fuck up. Grow a pair. I mean, grow a pair. I mean, obviously, you transgenders can't grow a pair. You should figure that out and stay out of fucking sports. I mean, because that's killing me too. I mean, women, man, you got to stand up. Women need to really stand up in this country. You're being targeted worse than anybody is the women, not just educated. I mean, educated and uneducated, because they're trying to tell you that your daughter has to compete against a boy. It is what it is. You don't see no women going into men's sports that are transgender because you know why? Because they can't win. But it's okay for the men to go into women's because they know they're going to win. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that'd be like me identifying as a woman and going and trying to fight some girl in the boxing ring. You know, I'm going to knock her out. She might get some jabs in, but I'm going to pop her once and she's going to drop. I mean, why would anybody want that? Why would anybody want to see women get hurt in these sports by men that are so much bigger, so much stronger? I mean, they're still dudes. But you women, they're coming after all you women, man. I mean, the Democratic Party's coming for all you women. They want you all to submit and to get kicked back 75 years. I mean, I'm surprised they're not trying to take your voting rights away. I mean, I'm serious. I mean, that's what the Democratic Party's about. A bunch of effing liars. I mean, they can't figure out they can't even figure out their sex, much less figure out the direction of a country. You know what I'm saying? You can't figure out your sex, and then you can't figure out the country. Because the country is based on real issues and real problems. I mean, The world is based on real problems. And I'll tell you this, in the rest of the world, transgenderism and all that kind of stuff is not on their table. You know what I'm saying? They're not talking about it. They don't even want to hear about it. So I mean, it's only in America and a couple little fairy countries like Canada and France. I mean, maybe even England now. I don't know. I mean, they seem like they're all getting weird over there. Everything's kind of fucking settling back into the way it used to be. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when it comes to the world, I mean, they're pandering to China a little bit. All these fucking European countries that are in the UN. I mean, but it's a difficult world we live in, people, with hard choices to make. And we made the first easy choice was Donald Trump. Now he's gonna have to do a lot of things that are gonna be controversial over the next 4 years. And I don't care what anybody says. I don't care. I want every illegal migrant out of this country. I don't care if it's a man, woman, baby, child. I want them all sent back to their country of origin unless they have a legitimate asylum claim. I mean, I want them all out of here. Now they went from deporting them all to let's get rid of the bad ones and then we'll worry about what's left. I mean, no. I want them all out of here. I mean, I hope Donald Trump is a man of his word. I want them all out of here. I want all of them out of here. Every illegal migrant that they can catch that came over that border, I want them out of here. The whole family unit, all of them. You can't separate children from their parents. If the parents go back, the kids go back also. That's what's up with that. I mean, their parents should have never made that choice to come over here, and our country should have never bowed down for political reasons to allow it to happen like they did. Man, I can't say it enough, people. I'm so glad Joe Biden is out of there. I'm so glad Kamala Harris is not going to be in that position of authority as the president of the United States, because she is a piece of losing shit. She's a stinky piece of cow manure. She sucks. I mean, and let's face it, the whole Democratic Party's on that same page. They're on the same page as them, and I can't stand none of it. I can't stand none of the things they're talking about. I can't stand none of the things they stand for. Everything they stand for is non-patriotic, non-American, and that's how I feel about it. I mean, we've allowed too many migrants from other countries to come into this country. Too many. They say they want more immigration. I want less. You know why I want less legal immigration? Because it is changing the fabric of this country. People aren't coming over here no more to live the American dream. They're coming over here to use our system, to be lazy, to protest our Christmas, to protest our Halloween, to protest our allies. What are these people doing here? What are these people doing here that think that low of our country, where they come over here and they bring all their problems from these other countries over to our country, like all these Palestinians that are marching in the streets, influencing American children in these colleges? What are we standing for? Why are we standing for that? That's how they're changing the fabric of this country. They're bringing in too many people, not just the illegal migrants, but the legal ones. I mean, I'm pretty sure most of these ones at the college are legal migrants. And obviously, they've never assimilated into our country, because they're protesting everything that we do in the Middle East. They left the Middle East for a reason, but then they come over here and hate us. But that's why they were coming here. So there's a lot more vetting that needs to be done on even legal immigration. That's how I feel about it, because it's not like back in the days where people were stuck in Ellis Island. That people that were coming here that really wanted to be an American. You know, second, third generation in, their kids they don't speak the language. They speak American. They're 100% American, and that's what we want. And if they're not doing that, then I mean, there ought to be some kind of clause that says they have to assimilate to a certain degree, or they just got to go back after time. I mean, protesting our values, our traditions. I mean, that'd be like a bunch of Americans going over to fucking Mexico and putting down Cinco de Mayo and all that kind of stuff. I mean, they wouldn't put up with that. That's their traditions. Well, we need to be the same. So we need to stop all this crazy shit. We need to stop letting the Democratic Party tell us that we're ignorant. That's what they say when they mean educated and uneducated. They're smart and we're stupid. To me, it's the opposite. You guys got the higher education, but obviously it dumbed you down because you're stupid. Your views on the world are stupid. They're retarded. Your views on this country are retarded. So my advice to people anymore is, I try to get your kid to trade school. I would not send them to college, because they're not learning dick squat about pride, American values, American greatness. They're learning about how to put us down, how to go behind our parents' back and try to fuck us inside and out. That's how I feel about it. All right, guys, this is Scott in the Shot, Scott the Great, and I will catch you guys later. All right, have a good day.